But we're talking about something that, look, I've done minimal reading on it, on Joseph Farrell's work, but like his idea was like, okay, there's like 5 things that it could be used for, right? I don't have the book in front of me right now, but it's like 5 things.
Yeah.
He goes, one, it's just not a tomb. So that's
No.
like what people like. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not a tomb. It's just not. There's no evidence saying that.
Zero evidence.
Zero evidence. It
No
was just,
inscriptions, no body, no other things that are with every other Egyptian burial. None of that is present there.
yeah,
It's
none of it
wild
was.
that they claim that it's a tomb still.
No, Egyptology is up there with vaccinology. I'll tell you that. Like I've come to realize that it's
Yeah.
up there where it's just like it is. So what, asshole? Take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like essentially like, what are you going to be weird about it?
Yeah,
You
and they
know,
don't let anybody else do work in there, it and the fact that one of the most ardent critics of anything special about Egypt, Zahi Hawass, he was his fun the group of people who helped get him his degree and everything were the Edgar Casey Foundation. Like this man was integrally tied in with people who clearly believed that Egypt has Atlantis links and that the Sphinx holds a Hall of Records and all this stuff. And he was for that. But then once he became the head of Egyptology, he all of a sudden shuts that down and doesn't allow anybody in there to do research who believes that. And he doesn't allow excavations at the Sphinx or doesn't allow people to go down to the cavity that is underneath the paw of the Sphinx. It's, I don't, Egyptology is a scam and a sham.
it's a scam. I mean, it is interesting because like again, it makes it. It's weird because even the like materialist, I guess material, I don't know, just the party line. I shouldn't say materialist, but like where it's just like Egyptians built the pyramids, right? Like that's just Egyptians built them just with sandals, and stuff. And
What
they
are you
just
racist to think? What are you racist? What you think?
exactly like so
Yeah.
they did that. Is it really worth losing your job over, right?
Yeah.
Like that's exactly where he comes back to. Yeah, Egyptians built the pyramids.
Uh-huh.
You may have evidence to the contrary, but it's losing your job over. And it's exactly that. But if you think that just means, but the funny, it's like, okay, you're supposed to look at it like we built the pyramids back then. Now we have a smartphone. So like that's the progress that gets to it, which to be honest, I kind of get it. Like the smartphone is crazy. Like this is some crazy ass like technology that
Oh yeah.
we aren't capable of handling, but
No.
is like monumental. I mean, everybody agrees with that. Like it doesn't matter. Like everybody agrees with that. But if you then now Egyptology can never admit they're wrong, right? They can't. It's not even like the pharmaceutical industry where they can eventually go like, yeah, we handled that wrong, but we recreated the good thing, right? In pharmaceuticals, like we've created Paxlovid now, so don't trip off of all the other treatments. They can at least do that. You can't do anything with Egypt. You got to be like, nope, they built it. Shut up.
Well,
You have to say that. Like,
and it's like a Jenga block. Once you pull that
yeah,
out, so many other things start to collapse. Because if that's older, or if that's a handover civilization, then maybe those myths from Sumeria, maybe we should take another look at that, or maybe we should take another look at the Vedic myths of, again, these gods living amongst us. Like it truly makes you think about everything else different once you take out that Egypt block. And that's why I think that they are so against even questioning that, and why, I mean, honestly, why Gobekli Tepe was, it's so far in the past that it doesn't even affect that tower. It's something that they can say, oh, they built that, but it was just hunter gatherers, and
yeah.
don't think about anything else. Don't think about how it gets worse, how the oldest stuff is the best. And same with Egypt. Why is the oldest built stuff the best? You're not allowed to question that.
Well, then you have to also reconfigure the idea of history, world history, and stuff like that. You have to completely scrap world history and like start over.
Yeah.
People who wrote books along line in lockstep that were getting prizes and all these things, those books are out the window. I mean, there's a lot of people that lose stuff.
Oh yeah, a
From
lot of
this.
angry people too. Think about that. And the fact that these Egyptologists and a a percentage of the people writing the books, like they clearly know that there's questions that could be answered or asked, but they don't want to ask it because, as you said, they're gonna lose their job, they're gonna lose the book deal, they're gonna miss
Mhm.
out on their entire way of life, and
If I'm a
they don't want.
doctor that knows, if I'm a doctor that knows what I'm doing isn't right, I do have to realize, like, do I like golfing every weekend? Do I like, how much do I like that? How much do I
Yeah.
like this car? Do I want to be like a weird Twin Peaks Dr. Jacoby guy instead? Like, is that better? In my opinion, yes, but
Mhm.
whatever. That, we're built different. But the what I was getting out to with Farrell is just like, it can be like he says the combinations that it can be of the two things. I tend to go, it's power plant and weapon,
Yeah,
right?
the
Power
weapon
plant
thing's
and
so
weapon.
cool with
Yeah,
how with the vibrations and how it's not even just like a point and click gun, but it's
yeah.
like
Think to talk about that for a second, in as layman terms as possible. Just the idea,
yeah.
like, so it's you basically have to get tuned up to it, right?
Yeah, so I haven't read his
Yeah,
book, but from what I have heard him talk about it, it's sort of because like every person, everything has its own vibration, own frequency, and if the Great Pyramid was this like harmonic energy generating device, there would be some way, according to Farrell, that the whoever built the pyramid would be able to tune in with someone or something's frequency, and uh, the Great Pyramid would not attack that frequency, but kind of like vaporize it, because there's certain things where people have been able to like destroy tumors by hitting something at the frequency of that
Rife
tumor and
technology.
dissolving it.
That's what
Yeah,
rife technology is that
yeah,
cognitive dissonance of getting the right, basically like almost the right radio station to where it's
yeah.
fuzzy and
And
it
I
kills everything. Yeah,
And I think that's what Farrell was talking
I
about,
think so too.
where it's that where you tune into something's frequency and you just kind of dissolve the particles, just cause the particles to like unbind or unbond from each other, and just it's no longer there. And if this was some sort of weapon, it's kind of easy to imagine that whatever society had that weapon there would be pretty powerful and pretty much able to assert control over most of the earth if you're able to just at any location on the earth tune into a frequency with this pyramid and destroy whatever's there. It's pretty yeah it's a powerful weapon, and it makes sense that the powers that be wouldn't want, if this is true, they wouldn't want people looking into that or questioning that or imagining how that is.
And you have to think that a lot of that, some of that, at least some of the reports of like how it functioned would have been in the Library of Alexandria, right? Like
Probably.
you'd have to think. I wonder. I know it doesn't exist anymore, right? I guess I don't, unless there's some,
Uh,
unless there's a conspiracy theory about that. I'm down because
Vatican, I think the Vatican archives
okay.
might have something like that. They
Well, then
might
I
have
can get
some
in. Yeah,
hangover from that.
I've been slowly trying to look like Jesus for a while. Like it's almost there. I'm almost there. So yeah, like, but no, I feel like, hey guys, I'm back. Can I take a look? You
I
know, like
swear I won't tell anybody, guys. Please just let me in.
it's just me. Don't mind these people. With those are the apostles, and yeah, these are my
Francis, come on, man. You know me.
yeah, these are my fellas. Yeah, these are my fellas. So it'd be yeah, you just you do something like that. But no, I can't. I think the Rare Candy Discord needs to remote view the Library of Alexandria and see if the records of what the Giza what the Giza pyramid actually was.
You know?